Shalom and welcome. We are so pleased to be with you today. We have another wonderful teaching. We're going to continue this month with our theme on meditation. Already this month we've talked about, is meditation for believers? And then last week's teaching, different things to help you begin the process of meditating, how to avoid distractions, different times of the day to meditate, really even how we can begin breathing techniques that will help open up the world of meditation for us. If you have enjoyed any of our teachings of the Hebrew sisters, then give us a thumbs up and click that subscribe button. We also, and previously in other teachings, we've talked about the importance of relationships and emotional wellness. How do you do in these difficult days? How do you deal with loneliness and other such important topics? But today we have another wonderful teaching for you on meditation and the different kinds of meditations.
As we go through this, we want to point out that there are specific times of the day that meditations really can move you from one place to another place on the inside. It is so good to get up and to begin to set your intent for the day, set your purpose for the day. In other words, change your routine, and you can do this through meditation. Now, the very first thing you do is get out of bed. You all of a sudden, if you're meditating, you're sitting up in bed, all of a sudden that head starts bobbing. So it's really important, as we have said, to find a specific place, because this body is the temple. And so let's treat it with love, and that let's give honor to it and let it become a sacred space in a sacred place. And so it's important for you to get out of bed. I have a chair in my room that I move to, and so that chair is all set up that I move to in the first thing in the mornings. And what I do is begin to shift my energy. Now, we've talked about that breath work that you can do, and so I change it from that sleepy mode and it moves me into an awake mode. And then, one of the things we haven't mentioned, but it's so important for you to find the right music. The music should be music that's just going to let your mind begin to focus on the intent of your heart. And it's important when you begin to meditate that if you find your mind wandering off to the things you've got to get done today, all of the things you have to do or that you didn't get done yesterday, the kids, the husband, the work, the boss, whatever, the animals, you've got to bring your mind back to the present moment. And all I usually do is I just say, come back here, and again, focus on your intent. When you find yourself catching you drifting into the present or into the future or into the past, and you bring yourself back to that present moment, it's a victory for you.
Yes.
You have done what is good and necessary for you, bringing yourself back to this present moment, into the now, not remembering who you were or who you're going to be, but who you are. And you've got that music playing, and you begin to do your breathing and relax your body into the present moment. And you just go into that space where you're nobody, you're nowhere, you're no time, and you're only in that space, in that moment. Listen, that is a victory for you. And it's in that space that you can begin to release the intent of your heart for the day. If your purpose is to stay in love for the day, then release in that unknown space of no time, nobody, nowhere, no how. Just release love. And not only releasing love, but you're receiving love.
Yes.
And your intent is to walk in love for the day. And you can let your meditation be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe you get so wrapped up in that space, in that moment, in that time, that it goes 30 minutes. And that's a huge victory. But sometimes you only have the 10 or 15 minutes, and that's also a victory. So first thing in the morning, shift your energy using the breath work, and then move right into the meditation with your music. I use earbuds, you can use ear pods, and you go right into that music. Again, the music should not have words, because words bring us back into the 3D world, and they remind you of an emotion that is attached to that particular song. And so it's best to just have some quiet music playing that brings a certain frequency and vibration to your body that ministers to you.
Darla, that is so important. The right music and the time, the place, having that sacred place set apart just for your meditations. I know when I first started and I would be in bed, I guarantee you every time I wound up with the sleeping meditation, if you know what I mean. And so I also get out of bed and I sit in a chair and I sit up straight. I still, let the back of the chair support me.
Yes.
And I begin my engagements. I also have struggled with my thoughts going to what was yesterday, what I got to do today, and I do the same thing. I use a tactical approach. I just touch my hand or touch my heart and say, no, come right here. We're right here in this present moment, because in this present moment, everything is still, it's peaceful, and there are no problems.
That's right. It's good.
In the past, there's some problems. In the future, there's some stress, demands, things we want to do, and let's just face it, some things I just don't want to do. But in the present, the world is perfect. Actually, in the present, it's a semblance of heaven in our life, active right now. And so when my thoughts start going either way, forward or behind, I touch myself and say, no, come right here. Let's just be right here in the present moment. And as I breathe into that, breathing in through my nose, holding it in my heart, releasing it through my breath, my body comes into alignment with the present. And I love that statement, that very ancient statement in a prayer that was spoken thousands of years ago. In Hebrew it says, Et lechem chokenu tin lanu chayom. Give to us our daily bread. It means the portion that our Creator knows what we're going to face during the day. And so He has this portion to give to us every day. It's only one day's supply though, so that no matter what we face, we'll be able to face it. You receive that portion in meditation. And we'll have to come back tomorrow because it's only a daily portion. As I receive that, I am much calmer. I am more clear. I have clarity. Decisions are easier. I respond rather than react, which I have to say I really love that. Helps
so important.
Me a lot. And now as I go through the day, I've meditated in the morning, but let's say the day by noontime, early afternoon, has caught up with me. And I am feeling the pressure. I'm feeling the stress, as so many of us do. You don't have to just withdraw. You can maybe take a bathroom break or something. But if I can't do that, do you know that you can meditate as you're walking? You can put your intent on the desire that you carry. More peace, more love in your heart. And as you see that with your eyes, and you begin to regulate your breathing. No one has to know what you're doing. You can be in the 10th meeting of the day, you know what I mean? And you can quietly breathe in through your nose, hold it, no one's gonna know that, quietly release that, and breathe into your heart to bring yourself back to that place of heaven within. It's called walking meditation. During the day, if you'll practice it during the day, you will find yourself able to move any negative energy, being able to move out of any feelings that are not pure and lovely and holy and good and that make you feel good. Any feeling that makes you feel bad, the quickest way to move out of that is exactly what I've said. Breathing in through your nose, holding in your heart, releasing it no matter where you are or who you are with. It's a walking meditation. It's a meditation you can do anywhere, anytime, during the day or night.
That is so good, Yana. Yeah. Another thing you can do, if you find your subconscious thoughts, again, 95% of our thoughts are subconscious. We don't even realize we're thinking about them. And a lot of times, what we thought about the day before is what we're thinking about today, and it's what we're going to think about tomorrow. And it can take us to the pit, it can take us down a road or downhill into a place, a lower frequency. And all you have to do is when you become aware of that, because that's the purpose of meditation, is to become familiar with yourself and trying to shift yourself from one place to a different place, a better place. And so if you become aware of that, your mind is on that movie ticker tape and you're in that subconscious thought pattern, pull yourself into the present and just take 5 minutes. Go to the restroom again, go find a quiet place in your cubicle that you can sit that's private, and just do that breath work where you are focused on your perineum, pulling your belly button to your spine, breathe it into your heart, all the way up to your brain, hold it, and then release it. 5 to 10 minutes will shift your energy, because what you've done is taken and pulled that subconscious thought back to the present and allowed your energy to shift off of that and into the present moment. And it just again takes 5 to 10 minutes for you to shift your energy. You can do this 3 times a day, 5 times a day. The purpose is become aware of what you're thinking so you can shift it back into the present moment.
You know, our Creator created us to be at peace, to live a life of joy, of deep love, of attachment, knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt that everything works out for us.
Yes, it does.
All the time. And so if we're feeling something different from that, this gift that I believe came from heaven
Amen.
To us,
Yes.
is the gift of meditation. And you don't have to, you know, in the old days you had to strike a certain pose and hum a certain note. You can do that no matter where you are with the techniques that we've shared with you. It's important, and this is another practice that we want to share with you today. I do this a lot. At the close of the day, as I am practicing those breathing techniques and meditation, I'll give myself 20 minutes, half an hour. You can do it in 10 minutes if that's all that you have. I review the day. I see the areas of my life that I think I know I could have done better in. And as I breathe in through my nose, I hold that in my heart and release it. I'm reviewing the day. And I release those images, I release those feelings. And then I engage with what I want to be different and better. And I look at myself handling that situation better. I breathe in through my nose, I hold that in my heart while I'm seeing that, and I breathe that out. I'm actually stepping into letting my body rehearse what it feels like to have an outcome that I deeply desire to have done it for me, my terminology, better than I did during the day, so that when I'm in a situation that is somewhat similar, the following day, stress comes up, I will have already practiced and stepped into the desire of my heart, which is to respond in ways of love and hope and goodness, rather than reacting and feeling pain and sorrow and separation and all those negative things that don't feel good. We were created to feel happiness. We were created to feel joy. And now we have the power to take us from where we are to where we want to be. It's the gift of meditation. Well, I hope you're enjoying these teachings. If you are, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. But today, we're going to leave you with this thought. Your Creator wants you to be everything He's made you to be. And in your process of becoming that, He invites you into the world of meditation. I hope that's been helpful. Today, we're going to say shalom to you. We'll be back next week with another teaching on meditation. For now, shalom
and shalom.
We are the Hebrew Sisters.